Good, y'all. Dr.Trehunna. Now, New Year's is coming up, and there's going to be a lot of New Year, New Me's, okay? And today, what we're going to talk about is why your metabolism is slow and what you can do to repair your metabolism. That way, when you start your weight loss journey, it's not as drawn out as it's supposed to be, okay? And quick tips so you can go ahead and get to your goal weight as fast as possible. All right. Now, first things first, what is your metabolism? Your metabolism is a summation of all the metabolic processes that's happening in your body, okay? Such as your liver is burning calories, okay? Your kidneys is burning calories when it's filtering out your blood, right? Your heart is burning calories when it's pumping out blood. Believe it or not, you burn calories when you're thinking, okay? 20% of the calories that's burning your body comes from your brain, all right? And ultimately, we feel as, for some odd reason, our metabolism slows down in life. Okay, believe it or not, that is not the case. You know what happens later on in life when you become a little bit more established, right? And find your significant other, right? Just when you get older, you naturally become less active, right? And if you're less active, you're not burning as much calories because you're not expending as much calories because you're not moving as much, right? A lot of people are more sedentary and they're watching Netflix in their house versus them going out to the parks, right, and going for a walk or riding their bike. And a lot of people, once they get older, they care less about what they put in their mouth. Why? Your boo's right here, right? He's gonna like you regardless. You see what I'm saying? So because you're not 25 or 28 anymore and you already found your boo thing, you care less about what you put in your mouth because you probably popped out a kid or two now and he's gonna like you and your stretch marks regardless. You see what I'm saying? So those is the main reasons why a lot of people think that their metabolism slow down because your habits and tendencies start to change. All right. So what we're going to talk about today is what you can do so you can go ahead and speed up your metabolism. All right. First things first, you got to prioritize protein. Why? The human body needs protein to build everything up. Okay. Your hair, your skin, your nails. All of that things are protein. The enzymes that's floating in your bloodstream, those are proteins. Your body needs protein, okay? And when you give your body protein, it's able to repair itself, okay? So like if you have dark spots on your skin or whatever, right? And like, or if you get a cut or anything of that nature, you give your body more protein, it's gonna be able to heal itself faster because you're giving your body the things that it needs to repair, okay? Now, one thing that a lot of people also have to do is they gotta fix their diet. But what are the main things that they gotta fix in their diet? A lot of people nowadays have too many carbs or, notice I say or, not and, too many fats, okay? Now, a lot of people, when you're trying to lose weight, you can go two different routes. You can have a lot more protein and carbs, which is the fun route, right? But if you go down this route, the scale's not going to drop as fast, okay? And your weight loss journey is going to be a little bit more drawn out. So these are the people who, like, for instance, your favorite influencers, right? Or bodybuilders. And these are the people that when you're trying to get on your weight loss journey, you're looking at their diet, and you're looking at your favorite influencer, and you're like, oh, she's having the chia seeds in her smoothie, and she's having the peanut butter and all that stuff. I want to do that. Right? And I'm going to lose weight because they're eating healthy. I'm going to go ahead and mimic what they're having, okay? But believe it or not, they're on a different journey as far as their body composition than you. They're not trying to lose weight, okay? And the reason why they're your favorite influencer or fitness influencer is because you're trying to look like them. But what a lot of people do, they try to eat as if they're at the goal weight, yet they hate how they look in the mirror, okay? So what you need to do is pick a journey first. And once you get to your goal weight, once you love how you look in the mirror, you can incorporate a little bit more carbs, you can have a little bit more fun, and have a little bit more healthy things such as the peanut butter chia seeds and your smoothies, even though that's not the greatest thing for you if you're trying to keep a favorable body composition, okay? Now, if you have the protein and carbs, like I said, it's going to allow you to lose fat, right? But you're going to see the scale drop maybe max 1 to 2 pounds a week, okay? Or you can go the other route, which is having more protein and fat, that's carbs, okay? And because your body doesn't need exogenous carbohydrates, which means there's no such thing as an essential carbs, and because you're just giving your body more of what it already knows how to burn, which is body fat. Body fat is body fat for a reason. It's not body fat, not body carbs, right? You give and teach your body how to burn body fat and fat, okay? Your body's going to be able to start tapping into that fat right after it's done breaking down the fat that you just provided it, Okay. And because that is the case, and because you're trying to lose body fat, right, you can expect to lose about 4 to 5 to 6 pounds on this other route. Okay. But a lot of people love carbs. So what you're trying to do, or what you need to do, is you can either go have more protein and fat on your plate, low carbs, or you can have more protein and carbs on your plate, less fat. Mostly bodybuilders do that, and the reason being is because they're trying to keep their body in a a muscle building state through a process called protein synthesis. If you have a lot of protein and carbs, you're giving your body every reason to retain muscle mass, okay? And you're giving your body every reason to continue to build muscle mass, all right? But once again, because you're doing it this route, you have to be very cognizant of your sauces and oils. If you look at bodybuilder diets, right, it's very bland. They're not putting a whole bunch of salt. They're not using a whole lot of ketchup. They're not using a whole lot of olive oil. You can't do none of that. They're not putting sour cream in their tacos. You can't do that, okay? But once again, this is better if you're trying to build muscle, all right? Now, the average American don't really care about being the biggest person walk around on the street, right? And having pecs that's all the way up to their neck, all right? What they care about is being in a body that they love looking at in the mirror, right? But they still want to have their fun here and there. And, when they're going out for drinks, you can still have, what you want to eat, all right? And if you're trying to do that, that means you got to be in a fat burning state, or teach your body how to burn fat, which means on the average day, you need to have more protein and fat, okay? And less carbs, all right? Or better carbs, such as asparagus or broccoli or kale, spinach. These are still carb sources, just like fruit are carb sources, but we all know the best type of carb source is vegetables, okay? Not bread, not processed foods, not Wendy's, not chips, not Doritos, okay? So what you need to do, you either got to go low carb or low fat, all right? If you want to see the scale drop a little bit more and a little bit faster, go low carb, okay, and have better carbs, and just be a little bit more active, all right? But if you're somebody who cares about your, you want to have as much muscle on your frame, and you don't care about, being on a diet for 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 months, the average cut is 4 months, okay? Which means what? They're seeing the scale drop only 2 pounds a week on average for 4 months. If you're somebody that needs to see the scale drop a little bit faster than that, then once again, you go more protein and fat, low carb. If you're somebody who wants to keep as much muscle mass as possible, that way once you get there, it's a little bit more drawn out, but your body composition is going to be a little bit more favorable. That ass is going to sit a little bit more. Then you will have more protein. You're going to have more carbs, okay? But low fat, okay? Very bland meals, chicken, broccoli, rice. Okay, you're not adding no sauces on that chicken, broccoli, rice. Little things like that, okay? So life is ultimately all about sacrifice. You can either go through either route, okay? But ultimately, my job is to make this process more feasible and sustainable for the average person. And I know the average person wants some damn carbs, okay? It's that simple. So that's why on my program, I incorporate the better version of carbs, and I teach you what to watch out for. That way you can have your cake and eat it too. All right. So if you're somebody who wants to go on the fat loss journey in the next couple of weeks, then go ahead and contact me, and I'll go ahead and make a nutritional program just for you. All right. Hopefully y'all learned something today. Once again, your metabolism is not broke. It's the fact that your habits and tendencies change. You're a little bit less active, okay? And you stop caring about what you put into your mouth, okay? So if you are somebody who wants to see the scale drop, you either have to have a protein and fat-based diet and less carbs, or you can have a protein and carb-based diet, but almost less fat, okay? You got to pick one. Your body's never supposed to have carbs and fat mixed. And the average food that has carbs and fat with it together is processed foods, which is why all the bodybuilders that you see or your favorite influencers, they're not eating a lot of McDonald's or a lot of Domino's. You can't have that expecting to see the scale drop, okay? Hopefully y'all learned something today. And that's your reset tip of the day that's going to help you stay snatched all the time. During the summertime. Talk to y'all soon.